When you're talking about breweries that want to be an essential part of their community, I don't know that there's a better example than Maquoketa Brewing here on Main Street in downtown Maquoketa. Curt, you're the manager of the place.
Yeah.
You make it all happen.
Yeah, for the most part, I do. Yeah, it's a joy. I love this town. I've lived here since 1990. When I moved here, I thought, holy crap, this is great, and I have not left, and I love this town.
I mean, since we first featured this place, when it first opened, I know that it's been an important part of the mission here to be a part of the community, and that's just not just like a buzzword. That's not like something that looks good, you know, on a social media post. That really is the reason for the existence of this place, right?
This place and all the other places in businesses in Maquoketa, we are all rowing in the same boat. And I know it sounds trite, but it really is true, especially in a town the size of Maquoketa, that we are all trying to lift each other up. So the collaborations we have with other businesses include, for example, we have a trivia night. The prize for the winning team is going to be 6 gift certificates that we will buy from the little shop, the odd shop up the street, who just opened a few months ago, and that's going to drive some traffic in there.
So there's probably a lot of people that are learning about local businesses here in the downtown for the very first time by coming here to the brewery and participating in events.
I think that's true, and there was, for a long time, downtown was not necessarily the place where people went, and now it's become the place where people hang out. There's more and more businesses and more investment here, and I would say that we maybe started a little bit of a wave for downtown.
In terms of serving the community, obviously you've built this great space for people in Maquoketa and the surrounding area to come and hang and enjoy. But there's also a community service aspect to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what goes on here on Thursday nights.
Right, Thursday nights are, they're our Thirsty Thursday nights that we refer to the fundraiser as Beers with Benefits.
Beers with Benefits.
Beers with Benefits.
I love this.
And so there is a different beneficiary each month, and each Thursday of that given month, $1 for each pour will go to that beneficiary.
Wow.
This month is Hospice of Jackson County.
Okay.
Super important. We've just to name a few we've had recently, the Maquoketa Community Cupboard. We've had the Andrew Fire Department, volunteer fire department. You know, this county is nothing but volunteer fire departments, and they need some funds. We've had Friends of Jackson County Conservation, and just to name a few.
Right on. How are these local charities, groups, organizations, how do you select them? Who gets to be the lucky 12?
More often than not, they come to me and ask. And then I'll say, I got January open, you want January? They go, perfect, let's take that.
And you're not a hard guy to find.
No.
Because you're usually here,
I'm not,
right?
I'm not a hard guy to find.
So they find you and they say, hey, we're interested in doing Beers with Benefits.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, let's schedule a month. And then I guess it also works out great because let's say you're in your organization looking to raise funds. Let's take the firefighters in Andrew, for example. They get to come in here and have fun too, right? It's not like, obviously the community is supporting local charities, but it's also members of that organization coming and having a place to kind of hang out, right?
That's a good point. You know, the Andrew Fire Department, for example, it's going to be basically every March.
Right.
They come in droves, and they bring their friends and they bring their kids, and they're ordering pizzas and pretzels and drinking beer and drinking hard ciders, and it works out really well for them. And also importantly, that they're cross-promoting it as well.
Right.
So the goal here is not necessarily how much money we're going to be raising, but also to get the word out about them.
Right. It's got to be nice for them to hang out and something's not on fire.
That's a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they get to hang out together as a unit and nothing's burning.
Also a good one.
Right?
Yeah.
If everything's going according to plan. So Beers with Benefits is something that's important to you in terms of community outreach. You've also got, of course, this space here at Maquoketa Brewing being used as sort of a way to help other businesses in the downtown. You said you've lived here since 1990. This downtown, the changes that have gone on since 1990. Yeah. Some good, some terrible, some tragic. And then now things are really, this downtown is hopping.
Yeah, the downtown is hopping. We, as many people may remember, 15, 16 years ago, we had a devastating fire, and half of the east side of downtown burned down to the ground. And then, and over the years, there were some ideas of what we might want to do with it, but ultimately a group of like-minded people got together and said we're going to make a proper park. We're going to have a band shell. We're going to have beautiful, clean restrooms. We're going to have a place for kids to play, and that has now become a reality. It's Glovic Community Park, paid for with all private funds, and we're really proud of that. And it's done, but it won't open until spring.
So you are serving the community in a variety of ways, and just as important, maybe more important for the purposes of our show, you're serving them incredibly delicious beer. The community that you support and the beer that you make. That's what it's all about. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Cheers. You know, when I think of Stompbox, you've got all these like cool guitar gadgets on the handles, and there's always like really cool rock music in this place. And I don't think there's anything as heavy metal as the Nutcracker Suite.
That's correct.